Huh? Let's go. Well. Huh? What these bitches want from a nigga? What these bitches want from a nigga? It's almost that time. What these bitches want from a nigga? I guess I ain't get myself clear yesterday, so I'm gonna have to make myself a little bit more clear today. Freeport, Long Island in the building. What's popping? Tony Starks. Where them dudes at? All in the comments. Where them dudes at? I don't see them pulling up. You know what? I want y'all to hear something, man. I want y'all to hear something. Check what this clown said. Listen to this.
All these young boys out here, especially in New York, you know, dealing with Rikers Island, or just all over the place, man. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these dudes too, a lot of these dudes is coming home, man, and they glorifying their experience, man. Yeah. They glorifying what they do, and they talking about all the people they cut, all the people they stab. That's not helping anybody, man. You're not helping. Not at all. So, you know, like the stories I'm about.
See that? Now, it's a fact, Killer Cat. We won't be. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact, New York. Hey, yo, so yesterday, some was saying that he ain't referring to none of us, right? But here he is in his most recent video. He's talking with some other dude about dudes coming home glorifying whatever. And then you got these other dudes like JC. I think that means just a cock, or I don't know what that means, but you got these dudes, right? So they coming in the comments talking about they know scram. What's good, OG Wayno in the building? Salute, homie. So they talking all this like, yo, son, solid dude, this and that. And like me, I don't discriminate. You could be any race or whatever, and you could be a solid dude, yes. But we're going to know who you are. Your name going to ring some type of a bell. You ain't going to be some dude. But see, at least the dude was honest yesterday. He said he was nobody. He said he was out in the yard playing basketball. And you can't run that incriminate yourself stuff, because let's say you talk about, oh, I was banging. If you bang a dude in 9-7 or 9-8, that's it. It's a wrap. It's a statute of limitations, man. Everybody knows that. The only thing that don't got a statute of limitations is murder. That's the only thing that ain't got a statute of limitations. Everything else got a statute of limitations. So if it don't come to the courts within that time span, that's a wrap. So a dude could bang you up now, and then 8 years later go and see you again and say, "Hi, what's up, dude?" So when dudes come in here and they talk about, they don't, first of all, what is the meaning of deterring kids from wanting to go to jail? Right? And being in jail and being a stand-up person. It's two in opposites. Because number one, like, if you want to deter a kid from not going to a place, it's not where you gotta tell them about, because I ain't never been on this camera and put a razor blade on this camera, man. You ain't seen me do that. I ain't putting nothing in my mouth and all that. Cause they don't do that. They don't do that. So right there, you're misinforming him of something that's not true. On top of that, my whole thing is this: anybody can speak about whatever they want to. But if I'm in the audience and the person is speaking, I want to know about their experience. I don't want to know about other people's. I don't know. I don't want to know what you saw because then I'm gonna get stuck with your opinion. I want to know what you went through, so I know the facts. If if I'm sitting here worrying about what the next man did and telling everybody what the next man did, like for example, um, I could talk about I could talk about Cujo. I could say, yo, this dog is Cujo. Does that mean that because I told him that dog is Cujo, he's not gonna go and still try to pet that dog? So and now what happens when he go pets that dog and the dog don't even bite him? What happens when he goes to jail, God forbid, and ain't nobody putting nothing in their mouth? So you just showed them something that's not even true. Then you talk about people, as y'all heard, that was him right here. So then you talk about people expressing being a stand up in a prison setting. Well, check this shit out. When you're a stand up person in prison, it's because you ain't a punk. You know your rights and your wrongs. You ain't afraid to express yourself, and you're gonna do what you gotta do to stay alive. That's a stand up person in prison, you heard? That's very rare. Not everybody in prison is like that. That's why you got dudes that are on the sideline. They on the side somewhere. They ain't in the trenches. So if I sit down here and I got a classroom of young youths, I got 20 youth sitting down. That means I got 20 characteristics. I got 20 youth sitting down right here in front of me. And more or less, I'm over here on some, yo, you know what? I'm going to tell y'all a story about Pissy Black. Because I was in the block with Pissy Black. Or why not Pissy Black tell his own story? How many times did we hear the how many times did we hear the Alpo story? We heard that like 5, 6 different. I heard like 4 different versions already. And he came out and he got another version. 5. It's mad different versions. You ain't gonna know until you hear from the man himself. When you hear from the man himself, then you be like, oh, okay. Because at the end of the day, why he gonna stunt? It's his shit. So he might as well just spit it like facts. This what happened. This is how it went down. Salute, DG. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never sit here and tell you a story about another person, man. I'm telling when we up here, me, Kev, all of us, when we up here and we talking about our struggles and the things we did, when we be in these interviews and podcasts and we talk about the things we did, we talking about it, but we expressing the pain that we went through. You can't express pain if your pain was felt through eyes. Some dude wrote in the comment, yo, son had hands. What? Who gives a hands? I think everybody's born with hands. Who cares about that? Know what I'm saying? If you're gonna go on this channel, because right now I know the rules and I respect the rules, and that's the reason why I even changed the content of my channel. Because when you become a verified partner with YouTube, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get in line, basically. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gotta do that once in a while. But if you're gonna come on here, you're gonna spit something, you're gonna be on here with razor blades, and you're gonna be here talking about this, that, and the third. Speak about your experiences, though. Why make yourself mysterious, yo? Don't make yourself mysterious. Tell them about yourself. Tell them how it was. I guarantee you got a story. I guarantee you do. That it doesn't involve, because let me tell you something, man. Let's keep it real. If you ain't been through what you say you saw, why use what you saw to so-called deter the youth from going in a certain route if at the end of the day you didn't go through those things? We ain't go through those things. You're dissecting. You're dissecting other people, and you're giving a synopsis of your dissection from your vision of what you saw. And it all comes back to opinion. So what I'm saying is, when you spitting something, spit your own. Let them know about you. Because when you get on there and you say things like this, like what everybody heard, for those of y'all that ain't here, I'll play it again. Hold up.
All these young boys out here, especially in New York, dealing with Rikers Island, or just all over the place, man. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these dudes too, a lot of these dudes is coming home, man, and they glorifying their experience, man. Yeah. They glorifying what they do, and they talking about all the people they cut, all the people they stab. That's not helping anybody, man. You're not helping at all. So like the stories I'm about.
Come on, man. When I get videos like that, I'm saying to myself, like, come on, bro. I know, I see him. That's why I did it live, because I'm saying to myself, hold up, if you saying we passed this, and why am I getting this? Let me tell you something, man. If you're trying to make some bread, you can find a lane on this thing to make bread. You ain't gotta use and try to decimate us and try to make us like we glorifying something that we ain't. No. I'm not talking about Tales from the WAP song. I'm talking about this video that I just played. This video, this is you right here. In this video, you talking about dudes is glorifying cuttings and stabbings, and that's not even true. What dudes is showing is coping mechanisms. You can't put somebody in fear and think that fear is going to stop them from doing what they're doing. Fear don't stop. That's what's that, 1800s? That don't work no more. People ain't scared of the boogeyman. People laugh at it. They don't care about none of that. They on some different time right now. It's like that's like back in the days. Because how you saying that you ain't talking about us when we the only ones? We the only ones that got this internet thing on the turnaround with that. Because we the ones that came home, and we the ones that was doing that in there because it was necessary. But it's not to tell a child or a youth or tell them and try to tell them that you know what it felt to have to do those things, because you ain't do that. Nah, they ain't a million jail shit, my dude. We was a selected few. In 1B, there was only 24 cells. That was 24 heads. That was the worst of the worst on the whole Rikers Island. 24 cells. That was it. Everybody else that was running around in population and all that, we wasn't looking at them like they was really anything. They in pop dog. They living with the enemy. We in the Bing. We like what? Anytime we see, we gotta eat. That's why a lot of dudes got scars and all that. We ain't play that. Facts, Jay Breezy Farborough. No, the wave right now. We the wave. Killer Kev the wave. Wildkat the wave. CK the wave. Soul B the wave. All of us is the wave. Why are we the wave? Because we speak about our experiences. We speak about our coping skills. We speak about the things that we had to do. Had. And when you tell somebody that they have to do the things that we had to do, that'll deter them from coming through. Because now they're saying to themselves, it's not what someone's going to do to me, it's what I might have to do to someone else. That's where you get your facts from. That's where you're able to tell somebody the truth so that they understand. So they sit down and they listen and they're like, oh, whoa, okay. I didn't see it that way. I ain't never saw none of those videos. That's a fact. Iraq, I got it right here. You can't argue this. You can't argue this. This is you. You over here on this interview and on the see, let me get this straight, right? Basically, you're gonna say either be scared or be a punk. Because if you ain't scared to go in the pen, then once you go in the pen and you realize that you should have been scared of what you might have to do to someone, you're gonna be a punk. So how are you helping the youth there? What you're doing is setting them up for failure, setting them up to get cut, stabbed, setting them up to be a victim. You got to show a man how to be a man before you can show him how to survive, because it takes a man to survive. And I don't mean doing time like you said. You said it yourself, bro. You said that you wasn't doing nothing up north. You was playing basketball. So you wasn't running around in the boxes and all that. You wasn't doing all that. So if you wasn't doing all that, then how can you be on the screen and you teaching a 12-year-old kid with a razor blade in your mouth? Like, you know what I'm saying? I was about that life. You wasn't about that life. Now, you could talk about yourself, and even though you wasn't about that life, you still might be an interesting fella. No lie. You might still be interesting. I mean, listen, if he's talking about what he saw, that's cool with me. But when you make a video, right, and you in your video is saying that dudes is glorifying, knowing what the wave is right now, all you're doing is throwing insinuendos, bro. Insinuendos. Ah, Jay Breezy Farborough, he said, Cat, they probably never had to do real time, adopted for the time being. The things we went through, the things we've seen, and the hard time we had to endure, the CEOs, our families are suffering. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He says he was saying that in June. So being up there, Killer Kevin was up there back then. That's what I'm talking about. They was up there and they was talking about how they had to do what they did to survive. So if you saying you said that in June, bomb. There you go. I don't gotta look. You just look. I don't have to solve it don't take me a pen and a paper to do a math equation, bro. If you said that you put that up in June, they was up there in Queens Flip in June and on all those times. What? That's when you saw it? You must have not been looking because it probably wasn't trending at the time and it's just trending now. But the whole fact of the matter is you can't say that anyone that comes out here and talks about their war stories, you can't say that they glorifying it. They telling you their version of what they had to do. That's what the youth need to know. What you got to do to survive, not to be afraid to go in there with fear. Because at the end of the day, whether you're afraid or not, you can't change what happens. There's not a point. You know what? You know what's the point that's being missed by you is that you just put this video up, right? And when you put that video up, you implicate certain people. You can say that you don't intend to do it, but it's the same thing whether you intend to or not, because it goes back to where's the wave at involving that type of behavior at, and then it goes and solidifies itself in the circles amongst only a couple of individuals right now. Because any other individual who would have spoke about that type of stuff, ain't nobody looking at them right now. Ain't nobody even care about them dudes. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of dudes that be out there that be talking all that, and they ain't even do half the stuff that they did. There's the only few that's been up here talking about the things that they did is the dude that's up here basically on their yo. This is how it went. Dudes that be running around with paperwork. Shit like that. Not dudes that be doing these videos and they be talking about, yo, I did this, that, and the third, and you ain't even never heard of these dudes. I be knowing Iraq. He's gonna keep trying to switch it. You see what I'm saying? But the whole matter of the fact is check this out. When you talking about all that stuff that you telling those youth that you trying to say that you trying to help, you lying to them. You know why you lying to them? Because you wasn't living that life. So you're gonna sit there and tell somebody about somebody else's life. But then later on, when that person who is living that life comes around, you're gonna say that they glorify what they doing. See, at the time when you're doing it, you know why you're doing it because you was in the pen. And you know in the pen there was certain dudes that was running around just eating shit. Right? And you was on the sideline like, damn shit. You know what I mean? I ain't that's not me. So you come home and you be like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get some bread, so I'm gonna try to tell some stories on YouTube about jail. And then my gimmick is going to be that I'm going to deter children from going to jail by doing these things that I do, like showing razor blades and all this other crazy stuff on TV, on the internet. Does that break it down? I think that breaks it down right there. It's a money thing for you. Because if you really cared that much about the kids, I mean, I ain't seen no videos with you going in any places and helping any kids or any such thing of that since you're all these episodes in. Where you at? Why you ain't pull up to all these spots? Ladybug in the building. That's my baby right there. Now I'm saying, like, why you ain't? Different. He keeps saying different eras, man. I came through in '92. So you spoke in all these places. That's crazy. So you spoke in all those places like an archaeologist who studied an artifact on a wall inside of a pyramid and made his own assumption, his decipher of what he sees, and started to teach it. That's what you did. So when you went to those places that you claim that you went to, you was an archaeologist that studied an artifact on a in a wall on the pyramid somewhere and said, okay, this means this, that, and the third, and that's how it is, and y'all gonna learn it from me, and I'm gonna tell you that that's what it means. Salute, see, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you serious, yo? Above the rim. Nah, yo, you hear me? You see me laughing. You know why I'm laughing, bro? Let me tell you something. When people like you come on here, right? What I do is I expose the facts. That's what I'm here. I here and I'm here to expose the facts. You know what I'm saying? Expose the facts. You know what I mean? Because you looking rough, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you looking type rough for a person that should be teaching people. You know what I'm saying? You looking type rough, man. You might be on that bag. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm just gonna say, speak your own experiences, bro. 47. Remember that? You just have to throw the line there. That's a fact. You wasn't on bread and water. What you know about bread and water? What you know about being on the loaf where you can't eat no hot food at all? They gonna give you a hard ass piece of bread that when you bite into it, it's like biting into a box of razor blades. Cut your gums all up. They gonna give you a little can, a little can um they gonna give you a little cup of cabbage, and you gotta drink the water from your sink. What you know about that? What you know about being in Attica when they give you that loaf, they bang it against the wall and all that, and give you that loaf in a snake pit. What you know about that? What you know about being in the port, walking down the gallery, and dudes is trying to sling doodle on you, throw piss on you. Oh my goodness. He said he was on the low for a week. You see what I'm saying? Hey yo, man, I'm gonna say like this to you, man. God bless you that you ain't had to go through the stuff that we did. You know what I'm saying? And that that you out here trying to make money, I see. And that you you trying to get deter the kids in your own way and manner of going to jail. You know what I'm saying? What you know about not letting a dude in my cell because he smoked and the police broke my ribs? What you know about your classification being so high, a dude can't go in your cell because you can't double bunk? We don't do double bunks, man. We high security, man. They ain't putting us in no double bunk box. What kind of shit is that? Imagine being in the cell 24 hours with the next man. Facts, Jason Boulder. Facts. Yeah, know what I'm saying? So he talk about a week on. Yo, when Meek Mill said there's levels to this shit, he wasn't lying, man. There is. And this is proof right here. This is proof right here that there's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? He said he opened a fish gill shoe. Hey, yo, fish gill shoe, what the hell is that? We can't even go there. That's what dudes is having fights and getting caught with too many laces in they locker. That's what dudes that get caught with another dude in the bathroom and they get being in the out of place. The hell? Shout out my dude Pilato. That's my favorite Italian right there. Shout out my Italians. You know what I'm saying? Buonasera. Hey, yo. But this dude here, man, like I said, man, God bless him, man. He didn't have to go through like we went through it. You know what I mean? It be like that sometimes. Sometimes they be them dudes that they don't really go through stuff in jail. Just that they doing time. And once in a while they might get into something or whatever, but they don't really go through nothing in jail. It doesn't make them better or badder. They just don't go through nothing in jail. Some people are like that. I've seen people that go to jail and really have maybe like one fight. And I talk about the state, and then the state is kind of hard to do that, but there's some people that do it. Lee Wall, 595, Harlem, facts. We single cell, you heard? You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, y'all. We got to deter people from trying to monetize on YouTube by telling experiences of others, man. Speak about your own experience. All the time, Dalton. Speak about your own experience, yo. You know what I'm saying? Eric Kumba. Nah, I didn't even see that one, Prep. I'm gonna check it out. Nah, I gotta check it. Yeah. ALG Breezy Farborough, man. Like these dudes, like I respect if a dude comes up here, they tell their story. Because no matter what happened in his bid, he has a right to tell his story. I don't take that from him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you talk about Felipe. Yeah, nah, I didn't see it. I'm gonna check it out. No, that's not Felipe. Matter of fact, no. Oh, got you. I see it. I see it. But yo, oh, lie, son. Like I'm over here. Like, why don't tell your story? Look, he just said. Look in the chat. He told us he was on a low for a week. He could have gave you that story. That could have been one episode of how he felt to be on the loaf. He said that he was in a double bunk box and they was putting some dude in the cell and he refused to let the dude in the cell. Well, usually when the dude comes in there, I'll just tell him like, yo, son, we can't live in here together. So let the CO know you don't want to be in here. I'm going to let him come in. See, him telling them he not letting them in. But anyway, so look, that could be why he didn't want him in that cell. Was he scared of the dude they was putting in the cell with him? There was low classification, obviously, because if you can be in the cell with another guy, that means that you could be your low classification. So what happened? Look, episode 2. I'm helping him out right now. I'm giving him his episodes where he don't gotta talk about nobody else or refer about all this other crazy stuff. Go on there and bite a razor blade and put it on his mouth and all that. You know what I'm saying? In the era of scalpels, does he know that dudes is on scalpel time, right? Pesa. Yeah, I didn't do no double bump. I remember when they opened that, they came to the port picking some dudes up. They definitely went by my cell, and I was playing with them. I'm over like, yo, welcome to that new spot y'all open, that new box. It was like, you ain't going there. I'm like, why not? It's double bump. I'm like, oh, all right, put me and my man together. Like, nope. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, his story's a hand-me-down. That's a fact, yo. That's a fact. That's a fact, O'Neal Perez. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got these cats that they go on this thing and they want to make bread. And I understand. You know what I'm saying? But you can make bread the honest way. You know what I'm saying? What you're doing is a copyright is infringement. It's copyright infringement. What you're doing is you merchandise of others' struggle. And you have your own that you can speak about, though. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with him seeing things, but my point is that's not something for you to have on your own podcast. Because why would you alienate your own experiences to talk about others when you have your own? Look, I already got 2 episodes for him already. 2 episodes already in the books. He don't got to even work hard at all. He already 2 episodes ahead, and he can continue on from there on. He probably did a weekend. He copied what he said and put in a different, put in a different order. I don't know, yo. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. You know the crazy part about it? I can tell you mad things I saw. Matter of fact, look, the first time I ever told a story about someone else was the other day when I spoke about um the CBS killer, and that's only because he passed away, so he can't tell a story. But I was right there. You know what I'm saying? It's right there. So at the end of the day, when dudes are telling stories and they have their own, you could use something as an example, but don't use it as your for example, if Stephen King makes a book about Cujo, don't you come out with a book about Scooby Doo Goes to Hell. When you got other things you can do, yo. You got mad other things you can talk about. So much that you can talk about that it doesn't seem or it doesn't insinuate others because they already got a light on them. Facts. Facts, Jay Breezy Farborough. Yes, O'Neal Perez. Oh, hold up. O'Neal Perez, check what O'Neal Perez said. He said he can't with his stories. Maybe aren't as exciting as what he saw, bro, and was probably one of those that played the cell peeking out the window. It's fact. Look at that. What you, Kev, see, this is your life. What you, Kev, CK, Melcross did was shock the world by coming out around the time 93 was getting locked up during the Shikashi case. So it messed up a lot of minds. Facts, Earn Peso. He has no stories. Yes, that's what I'm saying. But he do. Hold up. Let me take that back. He do. I gave him two already. Why he ain't go up there and talk about that? Let me tell you something, man. Putting fear in kids is the same thing as hitting them. It makes them more rebellious, yo. Facts. The same way you try to put fear in them, the same way they start to rebel after a while. They get tired of being in fear. That's why you got some dudes that come on the island and at first, dudes is herbing them, doing them dirty. Then one day, you see this dude running around, stabbing everything, bugging out. He wilding out. Why? Because it came to light later on. See what I'm saying? But those feelings are only felt by those people. If I come over here and I start telling you, well, I don't want to do that. I won't speak about me because I got a lot to speak about. Son should have a lot to speak about if he went through full body and he did time and all that. Come on. You telling me in all that time, you don't have stuff to talk about that doesn't involve what others were doing? Come on, bro. Why are you going to monetize that way? You see what I'm saying? There's many ways to get money on here where you don't got to sell your soul. All you got to do is follow your dream, focus on it, and stay true to yourself and others and watch it work out. Any other ways, because it's going to bite you in the ass like a mosquito. You saw it circle around, disappeared, right? When you got up, you felt that on your butt. You was like, whoa, what the hell? Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's 52 this dude. I'm sick of him, OG Wildkat 555. Salute, bro. Your brother from another mother, OGB, West Boogie, Ohio. Stand up. Ohio in the building. That's a fact. That's a fact. I see them. They all coming in. Facts. Facts. You know what I'm saying? It's a fact. Nah, ain't nobody. They can't get no crazier than ours. Let me correct that. It may get crazier, but it won't get on the stand-up level. You see, to be stand up in prison means that you hold yourself down. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So you want to keep it factual, yo. You want to teach somebody something? Teach them the truth. Teach them what you went through. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Dudes gonna come through and they're gonna start talking all this crazy stuff, and they wasn't doing that. I saw mad dudes. I remember in prison when dudes were used to be talking to me and telling me about movies like that I know other people did, but they saying that they did that. Like they be all they be in the face, yo, cat, yo, you should have seen, man. I was on the island, yo. I had to climb over the fence, man, and eat a dude food. And I'll be like, you heard? All right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And in my mind, I'm saying, yo, what you talking about, yo? That wasn't you. You know what I'm saying? And I would just wait till commissary come through and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? After commissary, then I tell them like, yo, why you was freestyling about that climbing over the fence thing, man? That wasn't you. Nah, it wasn't. What year was that? Nah, it was in 90. I think it was 90. You think? Oh, it's vague now? Shit, you climbed over the fence, bro. That's vague. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Ghoul, yeah, shout out Ghoul, man. Shout out Ghoul, man. Or shout out my son Ghoul, man. My son Ghoul going through it right now. But he good though. The only thing I'm saying, man, is if you're gonna teach the youth something, be truthful. Be truthful to them, but don't think that you got the ultimate answer in curing them. Don't make it a dictatorship. You make it a dictatorship when you telling them that all these things are happening, and a lot of them is not even happening like that no more. I mean, but things do happen, and that's a fact. Rikers Island is a wild place or whatever, but at the end of the day, you want them to know that you respect them and expect them to be strong individuals no matter what circumstance they under. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain situations that are not in your control, and if they're not in your control, then there's nothing you can do about that. You know what I'm saying? They're not in your control. What can you do about it? You know what I'm saying? I just read that. Yeah, he got my same background too, the little tree. Oh my goodness, I gotta change the background now, man. It's litty, yo. It's litty. It's litty, man. But my whole thing is, man, is like I said, man. If you're gonna teach the kids something, teach them the truth, but always teach them to be strong. Because you don't want them to be afraid of something. You want them to survive it in case fear is not a factor. You don't want to set your kids up for failure because now you implanted fear into them. And remember that fear brings about curiosity. So while you thinking that fear is your cure in deterring people, you might not be knowing that you're just making them more and more curious. Everybody loves a horror movie, yo. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, I'm gonna let everybody shout out their hood. You know what I'm saying? And but matter of fact, remember earlier he saying that he ain't talking about nobody. For those who just tuned in, I'll play it one more time.
All over the place, man. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these dudes too, a lot of these dudes is coming home, man, and they glorifying their experience, man. Yeah. They glorifying what they doing. They talking about all the people they cut, all the people they stab. That's not that's not helping anybody, man. You're not helping not at all. So like the stories I'm about.
See what I'm saying? When I hear stuff like that, I'm like, what? Mm. Yeah, I see them. I see the trolls, man. Let them have their little fun. You know what I mean? Got Brad Pitt in the building. Brad Pitt out of the building. Who else is up in here? Look. This is fun too. This is like you taking people by their little heads and just throwing them in the garbage and shit. Let me see who else is up in here. Who else is up in here? Yo, Cat, who that commented they paid for Bang Bang? Wow. Did you read his first comment? Yo, hot chick. Nah, there's some funny dudes in the chat. Trust me. Trust me. I be seeing those crazy shit. Mac Moulton? That's a fact. Mac Moulton is my dude. Mac Moulton was with me in Spofford, E6 from Brooklyn. Him and his moms got caught up in the body. 25 caliber. That's my son. Yeah, he out of here too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So so you already know, man. I know people got to shout out their hood, so I'm gonna let everybody shout it out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only right. It's that time. It's that time. Hold on. Shout out your hood. Story in the building. Florida in the building. Brat. Rochester Avenue D is in the building. Come on. Camden, New Jersey in the building. Let's get it. Jersey City, York, PA in the building. O'Neal Perez. Tony Starks hitting up the Flatbush. Murph Loom, 201 Jersey City. April D. Jersey. Bushwick, Albany, Lucifer Brim in the building. Mill City, 978 in the building. Central Islip, the capital in the building. Lawrence, Mass, 978 in the building. Let's get it. LES is in the building. The Christmas tree in the building. Astoria, Queens in the building. Let's get it. Red Dot Reading, PA in the building. Let's go. Yeah, Mac from Bushwick. Yeah, that's my son. Yonkers, New York. Uptown, New York. Shout out Dykeman. Monroe Ave. Cristo Rey, Santo Domingo. Let's go. Delaware in the building. South Central LA. West Side. I'm saying we in the building. Santa Claus in the building. ENY is in the building. Mars, Pluto, Saturn. Shout out the aliens in the building. We had a bunch of them today. Punch that like button on your way in. Let's go. Mad love, every cool boy. You already know. Spawn is in the building. Matter of fact, everybody hit the just throw Mad Franks. Frank the whole chat up. That's it. Let's go. Matter of fact, let's go. A Spartan special today. Let me see them Franks go up. So all them intruders know we got Franks for days over here. That's a fact, John Jones. Let's go. Throw them Franks up. Like that whole chat up with Franks. Feed them. Let them eat. They hungry. That's a fact. Let them eat. Yeah, let them eat. They hungry. Chop cheese and Presidente in the building. That's a fact. Where them Franks at? Throw them Franks up. Yeah. Number Frank. Let's go. Eggplants, all that. Let them know we in the building. The Spartans is in the building. Let's go. Light that up. Let me see all them Franks. That's a fact. They get Nathan's, everything. They get the bun, the Frank, all that. Spartans is in the building. Let's go. They got the EBT card in effect. Yo, how much is on that card? I might want to help my man out over there, Tales from the Pen, man. Central Islip in the building. That's a fact. Throw them Franks up. Let them know we ain't playing. Spartans in the building. We coloring it up. We here. Let's go. Let's go. They tight right now. They done left the building. We hit them with so many Franks, they couldn't swallow. They couldn't swallow all the Franks, yo. Salute. Rat.